Tonight, the quest begins. Tonight, we find out who's brought their A game. Tonight counts. On the line is an MLG national title and a $100,000 payday. Tonight starts now. It's ESPN Saturday Night.
Dominant, and the no-scope from Naden. Oh! Naden is a playmaker. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
It's ESPN Saturday Night. Welcome back. We are live here in the rocking Sunshine State, Orlando, Florida. It is going down here. And gentlemen, I got Chris and Scott up here in the booth with me. And let me just say, we are in Orlando, but it's a little chilly down here.
Oh, it's freezing out there. El Nino has totally messed himself up.
Exactly, and we're here. It's a little cold outside, but inside the competition is really starting to heat up. Yesterday, we had our MLG All-Star Classic, and that went down great. Now listen, gentlemen, the All-Star Classic was last night, but today it is maybe some of the non-All-Stars that are really splashing.
Oh, absolutely, Faruq. It's not the guys we saw go off in the All-Star game that have been playing well today. It's the guys that don't get a whole lot of love amongst our fans. It's guys from teams like Classic and Believe the Hype that have been playing incredible. And this crowd here in Orlando has been loving the amazing action we've seen so far today.
Exactly. They are all geared up for this national championship, but we got to talk about some of the matchups we've seen today already. Scott, you were texting me the whole time, talking about Chig and Best Man going huge in that Carbon series. Tell me about that Carbon Classic matchup.
Well, I sat down and I was like, oh, Carbon started their series, they're probably up 1-0. Sure enough, Classic was up 1-0, and I was like, okay, I guess Carbon will get their stuff back together. TS Amp rolls, Best Man gets 3 triple kills, ends huge, and I'm like, okay, maybe Classic's for real. Next game, I'm like, Ball Heretic, Carbon can regain their composure here. Sure enough, Classics goes, no, you can't. 250 to 97.
And not only that, Faruq, before that match started, you heard how loud this crowd is here. Those guys were all cheering Carbon, Carbon, 3-0, 3-0. But after game 2, they were all chanting Best Man, Classic, Classic. Classic is the real deal this event.
All right, a little change of tide there. Now, in this season, you've heard me say it before, do you believe the hype? And I got to ask you guys, do you believe the hype again here in the national championships? Because they've taken on Final Boss and won a close one. They've taken on Instinct, and they won there as well. Tell me about Believe the Hype.
Now, Classic, they did 2 3-0 sweeps. Believe the Hype, they've made it come down to game 5 both times. A very tight, very close series against Final Boss. They edged out Final Boss. But more importantly, they took on Instinct in Winners Bracket Round 2, and they took not only game 1, not only game 3, but they also took the crucial game 5. And it's not because they have more skill than Instinct, it's because they showed they have better fundamentals and better communication. If Believe the Hype can keep that up tonight, they're going to give Straight Rippin' a run for their money.
Exactly. We're going to see Straight Rippin' and Believe the Hype in our second matchup. But in our first matchup, we're going to see Triggers Down take on Classic. And I believe we have Julie Alexandria, who's down on the floor with a member of Classic in Ghoste Yame.
Thanks, Faruq. You know, in the last bracket show, Sundance was quoted as saying that Classic is a team on the rise. So given today's performance, you're upset against Carbon. Do you think that statement's true?
I definitely think that's true. I mean, we came in, we 3-0'd Status Quo, we 3-0'd Carbon, and we're going to make a run for top 3 again.
You used to be a member of Instinct. You beat them back in Anaheim. You used to be a member on Carbon. You beat them here in Orlando. So is the victory even sweeter when it's up against former teammates?
It's definitely always sweeter. I mean, last event, I got 3-0'd by Carbon in the same fashion that I 3-0'd them here today. So it was definitely nice getting a little bit of revenge on them.
All right, enjoy that. All right, now what's it going to take for you guys to beat the most dominant team in Halo right now?
Well, I mean, right now, our communication, our teamwork, everything's on right now. And as we all know, Triggers Down is known for their shots. So hopefully our shots come here today, and we can outshoot them.
All right, well, good luck to you. Faruq, back up to you.
All right, thanks to Ghost and Julie down there. Now, you saw Ghost at the end there talking about triggers down shots. You know, they're always on. How do you maintain your shot, Scott, in the tournament like this? You got to be hot. You got to warm up. What you got to do?
Oh, well, I mean, for triggers down, they've had to buy the first 2 rounds. So what they needed to do, which I'm sure they did, was grab the team 9 through 16 since they don't play to 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. and start warming up with them. I personally would go for Dynasty. I know Chris would love to grab Dynasty if he was on a team.
Absolutely. You got to warm up with Dynasty. But, you know, I think Classic looked incredible in their games against Carbon. But you also have to note, in those game types they played, there were no power weapons. If it comes down to strictly battle rifles, you have one of the best in the entire room right now, and that's in Best Man's hands. Keep an eye on him this series.
All right, we're definitely going to do that. We got Julie, who's down with SK from Triggers Down.
Thanks, Faruq. Now, we just saw 2 second-round upsets, and you guys haven't had a chance to play all day, so are you concerned about that at all?
Not really. We've been warming up in the Pro Lounge, so we're feeling pretty good right now. We got to play a little bit, so it should be fine.
All right, you feel warmed up. That's good. Now, you guys came out of Anaheim with 2 amazing back-to-back wins, but during the off time, you guys got a chance to play against all the best teams. Was there anyone out there that impressed you?
My predictions is that every team will be able to play at the top of their game, so it's going to be an exciting event. I'm glad we're playing Classic right now. I have a lot of respect for them, so I think it'll be a good series.
Does anyone pose a threat to you at this point?
Every team. We don't look past any team, and I think that's why we're such a strong team, because we just don't look past any team.
All right, well, thank you so much. Good luck to you. Faruq, back up to you guys in the booth.
And I think you got something to say there about SK. You got to think that right there. You can't look past any team, especially when you're here in Orlando for the MLG National Championships.
Yeah, SK knows it's not about the names. It's not about the history. It's about every single match, every single game, and that is why Triggers Down is one of the best in the league. In fact, they are the best in the league right now. They take every game so seriously. They never count out their opponent, and they come prepared to every single match.
Triggers Down, our first team to repeat in Halo 3, taking on Classic in our first matchup. So you guys come back. We got a live one here in Orlando. It's the Major League Gaming National Championships.